While we draw up a roadmap, we must be prepared to adapt, to move forward, but sometimes reverse if we need to, and before we move forward again. But we are determined to see through this endgame.
Tonight, as vaccinations are ramped up, Singapore is working out the roadmap and the timing to reopening. One for every household here. From next month, oximeters will be given out so that everyone can monitor their blood oxygen. And another vaccine may be coming our way, with Singapore signing a deal with Novavax. This is the Straits Times Newsnight. Good evening, I'm Dylan Ang. Now, there's one question on everyone's minds tonight. Where will Singapore's reopening roadmap take us? Ministers Gan Kim Yong, Lawrence Wong and Ong Ye Kung, the co-chairs of the Covid-19 Multi-Ministry Task Force, gave us a few clues this afternoon during a news conference.
The MTF will be drawing up a roadmap as we vaccinate faster and more to transit us towards normalcy, towards an endemic Covid-19 situation. But we are very mindful. This is a shape-shifting enemy, and it will continue to throw us surprises. It will continue to throw us surprises and curveballs. So while we draw up a roadmap, we must be prepared to adapt, to move forward, but sometimes reverse if we need to, and before we move forward again. But we are determined to see through this endgame.
The endgame may still be months away, but there are some milestones we can expect to reach in the very near future. If all goes according to plan, from mid-July, groups of 5 will be able to dine in at F&B outlets. Now that's up from the current 2. And by National Day, at least 2/3 of the population will most likely be fully vaccinated. With vaccination being the key to Singapore's reopening, more changes may be in store.
Within Singapore itself, where it comes to activities and gatherings or events, we could allow gatherings involving just vaccinated persons to have larger group sizes and also relax the social distancing rules in such settings because only vaccinated persons are involved. So that's within Singapore, and this could apply to a whole range of different settings: religious services, concerts, sporting events, and so on. We are working on some new guidelines for people in Singapore to be able to travel abroad, and then when you come back, you either can serve a shortened SHN, the quarantine time under the stay-home notice will be shorter, or may be waived entirely and replaced with some tests, and this will depend on the country that you visit.
Now, in order for Singapore to reopen, the next stage of the national vaccination exercise is critical. From this Saturday, June 26, we'll be seeing an acceleration of the program as more supplies arrive. A target has been set up for up to 80,000 doses to be administered daily from Saturday, significantly higher than the 47,000 today. Another 500,000 new slots for first dose appointments are expected to be added in the next few days. Individuals who have first dose appointments in mid to end July are now also encouraged to bring them forward to protect themselves sooner. The priority window for Singapore citizens between the ages of 12 and 39 to book their slots will also be extended by a week till July 1st, with the rest of the population, like permanent residents and long-term pass holders, invited to book theirs from July 2nd. As the pace of vaccinations accelerate, another vaccine may be coming our way. Now, it's a non-mRNA vaccine made by US biotechnology company Novavax, and the first batch may arrive before the end of the year.
We have signed an advance purchase agreement with Novavax in January this year. And recently, there's been some results of Novavax clinical trials, encouraging results published in the papers. But the shipment will not be ready so soon because the vaccine is still undergoing phase 3 clinical trials. And we are working closely with Novavax and awaiting their application for regulatory approval. But we hope the vaccine supplies can arrive before the end of the year for those who want to take something that is non-mRNA.
You can watch the full news conference on the Straits Times YouTube channel. Now, moving on, let's have a look at today's COVID-19 numbers. 23 new infections, including 14 in the community. Now, of the 14, 2 are currently unlinked. 9 imported cases were also reported. As new and more infectious variants emerge, every household in Singapore will be given an oximeter by Temasek Foundation to monitor their blood oxygen levels. Now, the device can help detect early signs of a deterioration in health, as the COVID-19 virus can cause blood oxygen levels to drop to dangerously low levels, even when you have no other symptoms. From July 5th, families can collect the devices at participating supermarkets and pharmacies. With the leaflet and redemption tab, they will receive via post. In other news, a US citizen who sneaked out of his hotel room twice while serving his stay-home notice on his birthday has been sentenced to 7 days jail. Bai Fan, who called his wife from the Fairmont Hotel to bring a cake, committed the offences last September. Bai's wife picked him up in a car and they spent about an hour and 40 minutes together in the vehicle, doing the same thing the next day for about 5 hours. It was not mentioned in court if action will be taken against his wife. Unlike what we saw in 2019, there is a low risk of severe haze originating from forest fires in Indonesia this year. According to a report by the Singapore Institute of International Affairs, the low-risk assessment was due to several factors like projected weather conditions as well as improved land management policies by the Indonesian government. Let's take a look at what's been trending on and offline today. Hong Kongers bid a painful farewell in the rain. Now, that was the headline on the final edition of the popular pro-democracy Apple Daily tabloid. Hong Kong residents braving the wet weather today to snap up one of the million copies printed for the paper's final run. Apple Daily was forced to shut down after authorities froze its assets as part of a national security investigation. Several senior staff were arrested in recent days, and the paper's owner Jimmy Lai is already in detention. 109 goals, that's how many Cristiano Ronaldo has netted for Portugal, making him the joint highest international goal scorer of all time after yesterday's clash against France in the Euros. The 36-year-old, who is already the leading scorer in European Championship history, converted his second penalty to match the record in his 178th international appearance. He shares the record with former Iran striker Ali Daei, an achievement many thought would never be matched. Taking to Instagram, the Iranian sent his congratulations to the superstar, calling him a great champion of football and caring humanist who inspires and impacts lives throughout the world. While Pope Francis is usually the star attraction wherever he goes, someone else stole the limelight this week. Who? Well, you probably didn't guess it. It's your friendly neighborhood SpiderMan. Now, SpiderMan certainly turned heads as he lined up to meet the Pope during the Pontiff's weekly Wednesday audience. The man behind it, a 28-year-old Italian who dresses as the superhero to bring cheer to hospitalized children, like those at the Vatican's pediatric hospital, which he planned to visit later that day. Now, he asked the Pope to pray for the children and for their families, and had even given him a spare mask, quote, as a sign to tell him that through these eyes I daily see pain from sick children in hospitals. Inspiring and touching, that's for sure. Kudos to you, man. And that wraps up the Straits Times Newsnight. Do visit straitstimes.com to see more news and videos, and subscribe to our YouTube channel by hitting the button below. Keep safe. I'll see you tomorrow.